This was supposed to be a beautiful day, a celebration of life, love, and new beginnings. Claressa Shields, two-time Olympic gold medalist, undefeated boxing phenomenon, and now an expectant mother, had dreamed of this moment. Her baby shower shimmered in soft hues of pink and gold, a lush event under a canopy of rose gold balloon arches. She wore a flowing pink chiffon gown that caught the light like silk in motion. Her cheeks glowed, literally and figuratively, as she welcomed her carefully selected guests into a venue that screamed curated perfection. The tables were lined with vegan cupcakes and gourmet sliders. A cake shaped like a championship belt took center stage on the dessert table. And to top it all off, R&B legend Tank had been booked for a live performance. It was all set to be the kind of event that trends on Instagram for all the right reasons. But fate, and one uninvited guest, had other plans. Remy Ma walked in like a headline waiting to happen. Dressed in a body-hugging designer gown, the exact same pearlescent shade of white that Claressa herself was wearing in a maternity version, she entered solo. No +1, no gift. Just attitude and expensive sunglasses, the kind you wear when you're hiding from paparazzi or preparing to blow up someone's big day. The music didn't even fade. It simply stopped. Like the entire room had gone into emotional lockdown. Conversations cut mid-sentence. Phones went up in the air. One guest choked on a custom mocktail. Claressa saw her, and according to someone standing just a few feet away, she muttered under her breath, "You've got to be kidding me." That wasn't confusion. That was recognition. And it was also the calm before the storm. To understand the chaos that unfolded next, you need to rewind. This wasn't just drama. This was generational, systemic, headline-making beef. Remy Ma wasn't just an ex. She was the ex. Once known as one half of hip-hop's most loyal couple, she and Papoose had built an empire out of devotion. He waited for her while she served time. He raised their family. He even turned black love into a brand. But love, like legacies, can fracture. Somewhere between Instagram quotes and public appearances, the cracks showed. Then came Claressa. Younger, undefeated, rising, a glow-up in every sense of the word. When news broke that Claressa was dating Papoose, the internet gasped. But when she revealed her pregnancy, complete with boxing gloves resting on her belly and the caption, "Round 1 starts now," it wasn't just a baby announcement. It was a power move. Insiders say Remy didn't take it well. One stylist, who asked to be referred to only as Peaches, claimed Remy tossed a curling iron across the room and screamed into a voice note, "This ain't over. I'm not letting that baby be the headline." Remy spiraled, and everyone around her felt the fallout. Still, no one expected her to show up that day, but she did. And she walked in like she owned the place. Remy didn't glance at Claressa. She didn't acknowledge Papoose. She made a beeline for the front of the venue, strutting past stunned guests and personalized party favors like a woman on a mission. Papoose, holding a mini red velvet cupcake with gold flakes, froze when he saw her. The cupcake hit the floor. In seconds, he was across the room, grabbing Remy's wrist with the kind of quiet intensity you use when you don't want the cameras to hear you, but still want to make it crystal clear. "You got 5 seconds to leave before I make TMZ richer," he hissed. But Remy didn't flinch. She leaned in, lips curling upward. "Go ahead, Pap. Make a scene like you always do, right before you crawl back." And then it happened. The slap. Not a nudge. Not a heated argument. A full, open-handed slap that echoed across the room and silenced everything. Remy's head barely turned, but the emotional earthquake that followed was immediate. Gasps. Screams. One guest passed out by the mimosa station. Tank stopped singing mid-note. Claressa clutched her stomach. A relative screamed, "The baby! Think of the baby!" The gender reveal cake, shaped like a boxing glove, was knocked off the table. And Remy, cold, still unbothered, just stared at Papoose. "You really just did that? In front of her? In front of your new family?" she said, her voice flat and lethal. The silence in the room was so loud, it was practically a character. In the hours that followed, the footage exploded online. But that wasn't the real bombshell. It was the leaked voice note, allegedly from Claressa, that flipped the narrative on its head. In it, a voice that sounded unmistakably like her whispered to a friend, "If she shows up, let her. I want the world to see who he really is." The internet turned into a true crime task force overnight. Was this all staged? Was the slap real? Was the lighting too perfect? TikTok sleuths dissected every frame like it was the Zapruder film. One viral tweet said, "Ain't no way that camera angle was accidental. This was a Netflix doc waiting to happen." The real mic drop came moments later when Remy grabbed the DJ's microphone and delivered her own version of a plot twist. "I came here out of love," she said. "But clearly this event is a joke. He didn't tell y'all he was texting me last week." The crowd went feral. Claressa's cousin tried to charge her but tripped in her stilettos. Someone screamed. One aunt reportedly threw holy water. Another fainted. Remy dropped the mic and strolled off like she was finishing a halftime show. "Y'all can keep the cake," she added. "I already ate his lies." Then came the receipts. Screenshots of texts, allegedly between Papoose and Remy, surfaced within hours. "I still think about you every night," one read. Another, "You and I both know that baby might not even be mine." The internet combusted. Meme pages flooded the timeline. Someone even edited a fake Maury clip showing Claressa running backstage and Papoose standing in stunned silence as the crowd yelled, "You are not the father!" But the storm wasn't over. Remy Ma went live on Instagram, no makeup, hoodie on, sipping tea from a mug that said, "Booked and unbothered." With nearly 100,000 people watching, she laid it out. Screenshots, dates, phone logs. "I didn't crash a baby shower," she said. "I walked into my life, one that someone tried to rewrite without me." Meanwhile, Claressa's social media went dark. No posts, no statements, just a single cryptic Insta story. "Be careful exposing someone holding TNT. Everyone burns." And then came the final blow. Leaked venue footage showed Claressa sobbing, tossing her tiara across the room, screaming, "He slapped her for nothing if he still don't know who the father is." The fallout was immediate. Rumors of restraining orders, Papoose posting a black square with no caption, Claressa reportedly heading back to Michigan to regroup, and Remy teasing a diss track titled "Baby Showers and Bullet Points," with fans already calling it the ether of baby mama anthems. Fat Joe is rumored to be producing a sit-down special called "The Slap That Shook the Crib." So now the question remains, who's the real villain here? Remy Ma, the scorned ex who brought receipts and chaos in equal measure? Claressa Shields, the undefeated queen who may have orchestrated the drama like a master strategist? Or Papoose, the man at the center, juggling legacies, lies, and loyalties, and now standing in the ruins of everything he built? Should Claressa get a DNA test? Should Remy release the track? Should Papoose log off permanently and go find peace in a monastery? The world wants answers. And as always, I'll be right here with the next round of receipts.